Have you ever wondered why we have 4 seasons in our year? Or why we have 4 cardinal points, north, south, east and west? Why is a leap year every 4 years? Why are there 4 parts in a day? Sunrise, sunset, midday and midnight. How about the fact that our moon has 4 phases that occur every 4 weeks? Why 4? Coincidence? Maybe. But consider this. Human beings have 4 limbs, 2 arms and 2 legs, 4 fingers and a thumb, 4 toes and a thumb. Did you know humans have 4 canine teeth and 4 wisdom teeth? How about the 4 main human blood types? A positive, B positive, AB positive and O positive. Speaking of blood, did you know that our blood is made up of 4 main components? Plasma, white blood cells, platelets and red blood cells. What about our hearts that pump this blood? Also divided into 4 chambers. The right atrium, the left atrium, the right ventricle and the left ventricle. Even human bodily tissue is divided into 4 types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle and nervous tissue. Our brains, yep, also divided into 4 main sections: the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe and the temporal lobe. Did you know that all DNA is made up of 4 base elements? Adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. What about the fact that humans have 5 sensory organs and functions, 4 of them localized to the head area: mouth to taste, nose to smell, ears for hearing, eyes for vision, the 5th sense being skin to feel, of course. But get this, did you know our skin has 4 main receptors that respond to touch, pressure, cold, heat and pain? Not forgetting the 4 main senses of taste: sweet, sour, salty and bitter. Now, earlier on, I spoke about our 4 moons phases: the waxing phase, the waning phase, the full moon phase and the new moon phase. But how about the fact that all women on earth at some point in their lives experience menstrual cycles which are affected by these 4 weekly cycles of the moon? Even more interestingly, a menstrual cycle itself happens in 4 stages: the bleeding stage, the follicular stage, the ovulatory stage and the luteal stage. I know, crazy, right? But there's more. What about the 4 base components needed for organic life to survive within our realm? Proteins, lipids, nucleic acids and carbohydrates? Or our 4 base states of matter: solids, liquids, gases and plasma? Not forgetting, of course, our 4 main greenhouse gases: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. Is it not interesting that every single flying insect on earth has 4 wings? Except for flies, that is. What about the metamorphic 4 stages of an insect's life cycle? The egg stage, the larva stage, the pupa stage and the adult stage. Or the 4 stages of a cell's mitosis. I'll let you look that one up for yourselves. Even in mathematics, we all know that there are 4 basic principles: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. 4 is the number of the square. Our 3-dimensional reality is built on 4-sided structures. 4-sided bricks that build 4-corner rooms, which make up 4-sided houses. 4-sided tables, 4-sided sheets of paper, books, screens, cars, etc., etc. Even the very core structure of our physical sciences is primarily divided into four: chemistry, physics, biology, and mathematics. I'm sure you can now see the divine syncretic pattern of four within our physical, everyday reality. Four is everywhere and in everything, even embedded within the fabric of our collective cultures on Earth. For instance, is it not interesting that 4 is the only number in the English language that is equal to the number of letters in its name? The number 4, or the word 4, has 4 letters. Or isn't it also interesting that of all the words listed as vulgar in the English dictionary, exactly half are 4-lettered words? I won't repeat them though. What about the 4 universal primary colors: red, yellow, green, and blue? Even in religion, this rule of 4 is not exempt. For instance, did you know that in Judeo-Christian faith, the Hebrew word for God is a 4-letter word known as the Tetragrammaton, Yahweh, Y-A-H-W? Or that in Islam, there are 4 main books: the Torah, the Zabur, the Injil, and the Quran. And even in Vedic Hinduism, there are also 4 main books: the Rig Veda, the Sama Veda, the Yajur Veda, and the Atharva Veda. What about the 4 noble truths in Buddhism: Dukkha, Samadaya, Nirodha, and Magga? Not forgetting, of course, the 4 main Gospels of Jesus in the Christian Bible: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. What about the 4 corners of the earth spoken of in the Bible? The 4 winds of the earth, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse in the book of Revelations, or the 4 ages of man? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Why 4? Now, let's look at other areas of our social culture associated with this number 4. In politics, for instance, is it not peculiar that every single world government, presidential, state, and political election on Earth is held in 4-year cycles? Even in business and finance, they say the stock market runs in 4-year epicycles that happen in 4 stages. The first stage being the consolidation stage, second, the upward advancement stage, third, the culmination stage, and fourth, the declination stage. Our sporting cultures are no different. Why are most, if not all, major sporting events and competitions also held in 4-year cycles? The Olympics, the football, rugby, cricket, and all other World Cups, every 4 years. What about the 4 main swimming strokes: breaststroke, backstroke, crawl, and butterfly, or the 4 stages of an athletics relay? There are even 4 suits in a deck of playing cards: hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. Now, I've already mentioned the cycles of 4 in politics, but I came across some quite interesting facts whilst researching this topic. It's no secret that the USA is the political capital of this part of Earth. So I thought it would be a good idea to highlight some interesting facts regarding American politics and the number 4. For instance, did you know that the American Constitution was written during the term of the 4th American president, James Madison? Also, did you know, to date, 4 American presidents have been assassinated: Abraham Lincoln, James A. Garfield, William McKinley, and John F. Kennedy, of course. Make that what you may. As you can see, you don't have to be a genius to notice how syncretic and powerful the number 4 is within our reality. In fact, 4 was considered by many great philosophers and mathematicians as the sacred number of Earth and mankind. It was said to be the number that symbolizes the principles of putting ideas into form. The ancient Pythagoreans believed that the number 4, or the tetrad, symbolized the reflection of God in man, expressed by the four parts of the soul: mind, opinion, science, and sense. We also see this line of thinking with many ancient cultures who attributed creation and form to the star tetrahedron, or the Kaaba, which is a kind of star-shaped pyramid structure with four triangular faces and four corners interlinked to create what is considered a sacred, divine, geometric shape and structure found in mathematic ratios, harmonics, light, and cosmology. The four triangular shapes of this star tetrahedron are also said to correspond with the four elemental building blocks of life: earth, air, fire, and water. Now, one of the reasons I've done this Fantastic Four presentation is to prove conclusively that our universe, creation, and reality as we know it is not random. There are no mistakes when it comes to this, and there is most definitely divine order and structure all around us, whether we're aware of it or not.